Hello, everyone. My name is Zulfiqar, and welcome to another episode of Income Investors. With me today is John Whitefoot, and we have a great income stock to talk about today. But before I go into any details, I want to let you know that anything you hear in this video is for educational and informational purposes only. Investing comes with risk. No matter how safe an investment sounds, there are risk involved. To read more about it, please see the description below. Taking a hands-off approach and leaving the issue of legalizing recreational cannabis up to individual states is an easy thing to do for the federal government. While it sounds like a good idea, no overlord imposing its so-called morality on the entire economy, it means marijuana is illegal. And that means it's virtually impossible for cannabis stocks to, gain access to traditional banking industry. One pot stock playing on the current weakness of the cannabis industry, though it's today's income pick for us here today, is called Chicago Atlantic Real Estate Finance Inc., traded on NASDAQ under symbol REFI. John?
Yeah, thanks, Mo. Yeah, as you said, the company works in the cannabis industry. Chicago Atlantic Real Estate Finance Inc. is a commercial real estate finance company that originates, structures, and invests in first mortgage loans and alternative structured financing secured by commercial real estate properties. The company's loan portfolio is primarily composed of senior loans to state licensed operators and property owners in the cannabis industry, lucrative cannabis industry, I should say. The loans are secured by real estate, equipment, receivables, licenses, and or other assets. As of the most recent available data, which is March 31st, 2023, company had total loan commitments of approximately $328.1 million. $313.9 million was funded and $14.2 million was unfunded, and that goes across 24 portfolio companies.
Since it's a REIT, it must provide high dividend, right?
Well, they certainly do. Yeah, Chicago Atlantic has chosen to be taxed as a REIT, which means it is not subject to federal corporate income taxes if it distributes at least 90% of its taxable income to shareholders, which it does. For example, in this past June, the company's board declared a regular cash dividend of 47 cents per share or $1.88 on an annual basis. That translates into like an inflation crushing yield of 11.82%. Now, the company only went public in December 2021, so it doesn't exactly have like a long history of paying a dividend, but it's raised it once since then. Back in December, it also announced a special dividend, which has to make, income yield hogs happy. Even with a quarterly dividend of 47 cents per share, the REFI's payout still didn't meet the threshold to maintain its status as a REIT. So to remedy that, it declared a special dividend of 29 cents per share. At the time, back in December, this lifted its annual payout to $2.17 per share for a then yield of 13.66%. The special dividend wasn't a total surprise if you were a unit holder. During the third quarter, management actually said it may need to declare a special dividend to meet its 2022 taxable income requirements, and it did just that. And it looks like it could do it again in 2023.
And I was reading Chicago Atlantic reported better than expected results in the first quarter of this year. Do you care to explain a little bit?
Yeah, for sure, Mo. Management said it thought 2023 was actually going to be a challenging year. But so far, it hasn't turned out that way. In fact, it's turning out better than expected. For example, in the first quarter, ended March 31st, the company announced that net income increased 1% sequentially to $14.9 million. Net income increased 46.3% sequentially to $10.7 million or 60 cents per share. And most importantly for income investors, the company announced that distributable earnings increased more than 10% sequentially to $11.1 million or 62 cents per share. And going forward, the company said it isn't entering a period of favorable demand for capital, which has allowed it to reaffirm its guidance for 2023. Now, management didn't exactly go into many details regarding its 2023 guidance, but it provided enough information to keep, I think, shareholders and income investors happy, especially those that like special dividends. It expects to maintain a dividend payout ratio of approximately 90 to 100% for the full year. The regular common dividend is expected to be a minimum of 47 cents per share. And again, it reiterated that if net income requires additional dividends over and above the regular quarterly dividend to meet its 2023 taxable income distribution requirements, it said it would have to announce another special dividend.
Finally, how's REFI stock doing?
Great. Capital-hungry cannabis companies are helping juice both Chicago Atlantic's dividend and share price. As of this writing, Chicago Atlantic real estate finance stock is up 12% over the last month, 24% over the last 3 months, 9.5% year to date, and 15% year over year.
All right. Thank you, John, for talking about Chicago Atlantic Real Estate Finance, Inc. It's an excellent REIT operating in the U.S. cannabis sector. Because cannabis is still illegal on the federal level, the company's leading experience is becoming a distinct competitive advantage in a highly fragmented market. Even when recreational cannabis is legal, some marijuana companies will still seek funding outside of traditional banking channels too. And the outlook for this cash cow remains excellent. By 2030, U.S. sales of cannabis are expected to rival spirits and wine sales. Demand for financing the cannabis market is expected to climb as a result of state and federal legislation for both medical and recreational use, coupled with growing consumer adoption, all of which require huge capital expenditure by operators. That recipe will continue to bode well for both Chicago Atlantic real estate stock. It's reliable, ultra high yielding dividend, and it pays special dividends over time. That's it for today. We'll be back with another video soon. If you want to learn more about John's ideas, you could go to incomeinvestors.com. In the meantime, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye for now.